everyone, and welcome to Kick It Scoops. I'm your host, Cooper, the sole admin of AFL information, trade rumours, and results. And what a loaded show I have for you guys and girls today, right here on Kick It to Scoops. If you haven't checked out the AFLW show, Season 2, Episode 2 last night, please go and check it out if you haven't already. Go and check out any of my match day vlogs. Went to the Melbourne-Geelong AFLW clash down in Geelong. So please go and check that out if you haven't already. We'll greatly appreciate it. Not a lot to talk about tonight, if I'm being brutally honest. I'm going to go through my Scoops Goes Bang, which is going to be about the rigged AFL All Australian final team. The squad was rigged. I went through that last week on the show. So if you want to know my thoughts fully on that ridiculous squad, go and check that out. So I'm going to go through that. Sam Doherty will return, according to Carlton, this week. So well done to Sam Doherty, back from an ACL injury. So it's credit to him for getting back, and for an elimination final against Brisbane that they're going to lose. Or will they? Find out when I go through my tips shortly. No team of the week because there was no games for the AFL on the weekend. Obviously, the Scoops Medal, if you haven't checked that out, it was a great contest, a close contest like it is most seasons. Of the 4 editions, I think the last 2 have gone down to the last game. So that just shows how tight it truly, truly is. And please go and subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the bell for all notifications. Please say yes. When you have the option to subscribe, please say yes to subscribing to my channel. We'll greatly appreciate it. Now, I've just made an Instagram story before. I said on my Insta story that I had a big announcement to make. Well, guess what? After this episode finishes airing, guess what is coming your way? A Scoops comedy skit relating to my All-Australian team selection process. You see some of my selection process and how I came to the conclusions to have some names in the team. There's a very special guest named Kane. Let's just say he loves a volcano. What's that mean? Kane is on the show. We're in the skit. So Volcano makes an appearance and goes for just over 5 minutes. And it's a video you are going to want to watch. It's put a lot of effort into it for this episode for hours. So please go and check it out. I think I've done some great work in there. You see some selections of why some players got picked, why some didn't get picked, etc. And let's just say someone may storm out of the office in some part of the video, or do they? Or does someone get angry? Does someone start swearing? Does someone punch something? You're going to have to wait and find out. It is must-see viewing, and it'll be on the Instagram channel only, AFL Info Live. So go and check it out on that channel. You have to follow my Insta page to be able to watch it. So I'm telling you this, just like the Scoops music video, you have to follow the Instagram channel, AFL Info Live, to be able to view it. I'm not putting it on Facebook. I'm not putting it right here on YouTube, at least as of right now. It'll stay on Instagram only, so you better follow me on Instagram, AFL Info Live, if you want to see it. All right, anyway, I want to start off with this also. You want me on Cameo, head to cameo.com/Cooper G. Want me to roast a friend with my birthday? Anything at all, cameo.com/Cooper G. If you know any AFL, AFLW players, any up-and-coming draftees, or any state league players like VFLW, Waffle W, Sample W, VFL Waffle or Sample, and you would like to see them on the podcast in a goal-kicking challenge and or an interview, please send me a message or try and get something. So if you're a player watching this show right now or listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please send me a message on Instagram, AFL Info Live. Just rewind 20 seconds. You can see the name if you need to know how it is spelt. There's no space. It's all together. I've got over 4,000 followers, well over 4,000 followers on Insta. I've only had that for 2 to 3 years now. Same with YouTube. It's approaching 3K. There'll be some prize giveaways when we reach 3K. We're about 223 subscribers away. So please go and do so. I'd love to get that before the end of the footy season. Really, truly would love to. Before the end of the draft and trade at the latest. Trade and draft period at the latest. So by the end of the year, I would really hope we hit 3K. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. This prize has been waiting for a while. So just saying. All right. Now it's time for the world famous segment, Scoops Go. Boy, oh boy, wowee. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dinner, oh dinner, oh dear, oh dear. The rigged AFL All Australian team. The squad was bad. How Cam Rayner, Nick Blakey, some other names, Bontempelli, etc. I got in the squad is just beyond laughable. But this final team, I have it in front of me. You won't see it on the screen because I don't want to put a shit team on your screen. I only put my teams on the screen as my team's the only one that matters. But let's have a look, shall we? They have put together the worst team ever. It's a popularity contest at its finest. They named Nick Blakey, Jacob Wiedering, Luke Ryan, Dane Zorko, Jeremy McGovern, and Dan Houston. You know, fair game to have Dan Houston in there, Jeremy McGovern. To a degree, Dane Zorko, I did have Zorko in before I had to make a few adjustments. But yeah. So how Nick Blakey got in is quite laughable. Again, just because I'm saying these players don't deserve to be in the team doesn't mean I don't think they didn't have good years. They did. But Nick Blakey should not have been in there. You'll say, Scoobs, who's in front of him? I say Jack Sinclair and Harry Sheasel. So Blakey and Zorko go out for me from that team. I'm happy with Houston there. I'm not going to argue that. And Wiedering should be out for Cal Wilkie. And Sam Collins should be in for Luke Ryan. Or Sam Collins for Jacob Wiedering and Wilkie for Ryan. Which is a plain and simple fact of life. Yeah. Right. The wingers, Goulden and Nick Dacos. Dacos in the team is fine. Not on the wings. He's not a winger. Goulden, I probably wouldn't have had in the team, to be honest. Squad, fair enough. Not in the team. That's just ridiculous. Marcus Bontempelli in the team is just laughable. It's a popularity contest at its finest. The guy can have maybe 6 to 8 good games this year, and that gets him in. And I thought you had a criteria. We have to play a certain amount of games, and you have to play well to get in this team, but clearly not. Chad Warner, I don't think he deserved to be in the final team, to be honest. Jeremy Cameron, that's a joke. It should clearly be Charlie Curnow. Jake Waterman, Hogan and Moore. Yeah, fair enough. Dylan Moore's the only small type forward that did anything this year, so fair enough. Consistently, at least. Max Gawn is a ruckman. Is just a bloody joke. It's clearly Rowan Marshall. Patrick Cripps. The love fest for Paddy Cripps needs to stop like they do with Bontempelli. I mean, great year, but if you want to compare his stats to Adam Treloar and Tom Green, who got robbed of this All-Australian team, he's in mine because mine's the only one that matters. But in this version, the rigged version, how Tom Green doesn't get in his laughable as the most disposals for average this year. He has a lot of contested possessions, and how he doesn't get in is quite criminal. Patrick Cripps gets in because of his name. So how come it is when Patrick Cripps has games like Tom Green does, Paddy Cripps is, applauded, going, wow, Cripper, you're doing this work, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this very, very well. But when Tom Green has numbers like that and his efficiency is low, people's excuses for Cripper is, but he's in the contest, he's doing all the hard yards. That's what Tom Green fucking does. Like, seriously. Put some respect on the name Tom Green and Adam Treloar. The Crouch brothers and Tom Mitchell all have been criticised for years that they don't do damage. They're just accumulators. They're butchers of the ball. You couldn't be more wrong. Those guys are just as damaging as some other players. And start to show some respect, in particular to Tom Green and Adam Treloar, but also the Crouch brothers, Brad and Matt Crouch and Tom Mitchell. Tom Mitchell won a Brownlow. I'm surprised the AFL let him win it, considering he hasn't fit under their criteria. Maybe they had an off year that year. Maybe they forgot that Tom Mitchell was one of their accumulators that doesn't do damage, apparently, according to a lot of people. Start showing some respect to the Crouch brothers. Adam Treloar, Tom Green, and Tom Mitchell. Seriously. So yeah. It's just rigged. It really, really is rigged. Now, Caleb's wrong. I'm not going to argue. Maybe not on the field. Now, they had Lockie Whitfield. That is fair enough. Lockie Neal, fair enough. Adam Treloar and Zach Butters, fair enough. But I argue, where's Sam Flanders over Chad Warner in the team? Marshall over Gawn. You know, it just is quite astonishing that what they do is quite laughable. Tom Green, where is Jack Sinclair? Where is Cal Wilkie? Where is Rowan Marshall? This team is rigged. See, the problem here is, for you people online, is you don't have any arguments. You just say, oh, you just want to see Kilda playing because you're biased. No, I'm telling you facts as to why they should be in, and you can't handle the truth. To the rigged AFL All Australian panel, please all resign, bring back Gillan McLaughlin, and get rid of that panel. Kane Corns is going off to Channel 7. Bye-bye, Kane. You should be off the panel as well, just like you're off Channel 9. Lift your game, crew. Pathetic. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's Scoops Goes Bang for this week. Let me know what you guys and girls thought of that. Now, again, like I said, there's not much to talk about. So let's go right into previewing the week 1 of the finals. And we might wrap it up with some trade talk maybe as well. Now, I did do a recent trade video on Friday, so if you want full details, please go and check that out. There's been a little bit of gossip since that video. In fact, I'll do that now. Cozzy Pickett apparently is going to stay at Melbourne and had interest from Freo, but he's not exploring it. Again, those type of players are wait and see. And Petrarch is not going anywhere. There was a statement Saturday afternoon, twilight time, like 4:40, 6 o'clock range, whatever, 5 o'clock. Doesn't matter the time. He said the statement, but I still don't believe it. I think he's still frustrated and wants to leave, but because of what each club would have to cough up, he wants to play for a certain club, right? If it's a big-name Melbourne club, it's only Collingwood or Carlton, really, and Richmond is shit, so it's not them. So it's Collingwood or Carlton, and they don't have the cap space to get Christian in the team. They don't have the picks either. So, yeah, that's where that one sits. For Melbourne fans saying, see, I told you he didn't want to leave. He wants to leave. He just cannot because of his big contract. And Melbourne are always going to say that. Kay Roffey just said she hadn't spoken to him. And then now magically he's happy. Yeah, no, he's not happy. He's just telling you what you want to hear. The club told him to say it like this. You really think the club would have let him go out there and say, yeah, I'm pissed off with this person and this person. You know, this is ridiculous. You think Melbourne's going to put their own statement on the statement on their page saying all that? Hell no. No chance in hell they do that. But here we are. So that's the newest trade goss since Friday. If you want to check out the full video about Tom Barrass, Josh Battle, James Peatling, Shai Bolton, Liam Baker, Tom Barrass, Josh Battle, etc. Go and check it out. I would greatly appreciate it. Nick Haynes as well. Go and check that out. So I would greatly appreciate it. All right. Now, let's go preview the week 1 finals, shall we? All righty. Week 1 of the finals. Let's go. So it starts Thursday night at the Adelaide Oval. It's Port Adelaide hosting Geelong. I think it's 7:40 Vic time. Let's have a look. Yep, 7:40 Vic time at the Adelaide Oval. Port Adelaide hosting Geelong. I'll be tipping Port Adelaide in this one by 25 points. Hopefully Geelong go out in straight sets. Port Adelaide would not want to go out in straight sets yet again for a second or third year in a row. The next game to go through is on Saturday at... Sorry, it's not Saturday. It's Friday night at the MCG. It's the Western Bulldogs hosting Hawthorn, 7:40 Vic time. I'll be tipping the Hawks in this one by 35 points. I just think they'll be too good and the Bulldogs' fairy tale run will be over. And then the Hawks' fairy tale run might be over the week after. The next game on Saturday is Sydney hosting GWS at the SCG. Twilight clash, 3:20. Well, afternoon, twilight. It'll be twilight once the game's over. Almost nighttime. SCG, Swans hosting the Giants, 3:20 on Saturday. I'll be tipping the Swans in this one by... Actually, no, I'm not going to tip the Swans at all. I'll be tipping the Giants in this one by... I'll tip the Giants by 3 points. 3 points. GWS are going to regain Lockie Ash and maybe a few others. Toby Bedford's in doubt, they say. For Sydney, Justin McInerney and Tom Papley are set to return. Guys like Taylor Adams apparently could be potentially out to the team, according to the AFL article. We'll have to wait and see. I think it'll be the guys like, Robbie Fox and Aaron Francis and those type of guys in the team. And guys like, the guys on the fringe like Corey Warner, Matt Roberts. Matt Roberts has been terrific, but they'll be the type of names that you see. But yeah. All right, now let's go through the final game of the final series, and it will be on Saturday night at the Gabba. Brisbane hosting Carlton at the Gabba, as I said, 7:30 Vic time. I'll be tipping Brisbane to win this one by 35 points. I just think they'll be too good. I mean, Carlton, in a way, they've had all these injuries. They're going to be bringing all these players back from injury. Doherty will play, which is amazing for him. It's great to see. But, all these guys coming over from an injury at once probably doesn't help them. I mean, in a way, it's like a confidence booster that they're back. But bringing all these injured guys back in one hit, like Curnow, Mackay, Doherty, Sard, I don't know if it'll work for them. So I actually know Sard played the Saints game, but, there's a few others in that position as well. Zach Williams, that's the one I was trying to think of. And there's a few others as well. The fringe types like Fantasia and Ashton Moyer and Cooper Lord will be the ones that go out. But I see them being zero chance to win this game. They started red hot last year in the final series in the prelim, and Carlton fans won't want to be reminded of that, but bad luck, I will. You choked a 5-goal lead at quarter time and you blew it. You cost yourself a grand final appearance against Collingwood. The AFL would have loved it, but you ruined it for yourself. I'll be tipping Brisbane in this one by 35 points, and the Blues season will be over. And that's for sure. Now, what else are we going to talk about? No Supercoach scoops, no Team of the Week, no All Australian Team, no Scoops Medal votes, nothing. That's all I have for you all. So finally, if you know any AFL, AFLW players, any up-and-coming draftees, or any state league players, and you would like to see them on the podcast in a Gold King Challenge or an interview, please do send me a message and try and get something sorted. Again, I'll repeat that. If you know any AFL, AFLW players, any up-and-coming draftees, or any state league players like VFLW, Waffle W, Sample W, VFL Waffle or Sample, and you would like to see them on the podcast in a Goal Kicking Challenge or an interview, please do send me a message and we'll try and get something sorted. Thank you all. Until the next video, take care. The most important thing of all to remember is go the Saints, and of course, acknowledge me, the one, and all aboard the Filippo train, then, now, forever, together. Go Saints.